Good morning, traders. I just wanted to hop on really quick and take a quick look at the Emini chart. I downloaded OBS today, so I wanted to give it a try and do just a really quick review of /ES for everyone. If you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please do so. And uh, also, if you hit that like button, it's really helpful with the YouTube algorithms. And anyway, with that, we'll get started. I hope you enjoy the better video quality. So we are taking a look at the E-mini chart, and we're on the 1 year, 1 day. And as you can see, I have drawn in some supply and demand zones. And what that is just we're looking for areas where the price has been on a downturn and it left that area on large volume, which tends to indicate that there are a substantial amount of buyers, usually institutional buyers in that area. And as you can see, there are several different zones I've identified. I usually go out to a fairly large time frame and take a look to see what the price action was on those different days. I will probably go ahead and adjust these down just because what I've found is that though those are really great areas of supply and demand on the 1 minute chart, and it's really clear to see where institutions are interested in picking up shares, I find that these zones are a bit wide when we dial it down onto the 1 minute or the 1 day chart or the 5 day chart. And because I like to trade on the 5 day, 5 minute chart, these zones they're not as helpful for me for those intraday plays. However, as you can see, this 1 day, 1 minute, excuse me, 1 year, 1 day chart, we've got a really nice channel running up. We've identified a few areas of supply and demand. So if you did want to take some longer term swings, these would actually be really helpful for that. And as an example, I considered taking a swing trade here when we took this dive, but so many people are very bearish on the market right now, and I'm a little uncomfortable taking a long position, even though the S&P 500 has just been on a long-term uptrend. I keep wondering where the top is. So I didn't take a long position when we tapped down into this zone, and also this zone is overlapping this channel that the E-mini has been tracking up in. So that really would have been a very good swing trade. But I'm not comfortable with that risk. So these other areas that we want to talk about, if you've seen any of my other videos, I tend to, no, we don't want to delete all of my drawings. I want to pull up my TPO study set, and as you can see, these circles or ovals that I've drawn out on the 1 year, 1 day chart are areas of low order flow on the TPO. And it doesn't necessarily mean that price is going to return to those areas anytime soon. Probably will eventually. Big scary one down here, right? I don't recall what the TPO looked like, but as you can see now, we had an oval drawn in here on a low order flow node, so I'm assuming that that was a low order spot. And now the orders are getting filled in there quite nicely. So we could see some price action moving down into this low order flow node, which is around 33.16 and lower. And we could also see the price dip down into some of these lower areas and revisit some of those price zones. I'm not saying that that's going to happen anytime soon, but we've been on quite an uptrend for some time now, so I wouldn't be surprised at all if some of these major world events have an impact on the American stock market, even if it's just a temporary decline. We could see one of these big corrections down into some of these hypothetical zones. So let's go ahead and scale this down to the 180 chart. And there we go. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought for a minute. Let's go ahead and get rid of the TPO. I don't like the way that it changes my chart during the day, so I don't actually trade with it up there, but I do like to plan my trades based on the low order flow nodes and other areas of support, resistance, supply, and demand. So we're just getting a smaller view of where the price has moved in between these zones. Looks like we had a nice double bottom into that zone here. It's interesting that it didn't dive below this zone once it made this third tap. Frequently, the third tap into a zone will lead to a bigger downturn there. So that seems to me to be a bit more of an important area of value. And so we've been in this trading range, this channel. Sorry, it's not a trading range. It's well, they're all trading ranges. But we've been in this uptrending channel since late November, early December. And you can see the price action moving between the top of the channel and the 200 moving average, top of the channel, down to the bottom. So let's trail this down to the 20-day 1 hour chart. It seems like the price action in the Emini is definitely respecting this 50-day EMA. We've got a few dips below it. And one could make an argument for that being somewhat of a double bottom. So I think what I would like to see, and it may or may not happen, I would really like to see the price come down into one of these value areas before taking a position. I may decide to watch the price action around the 200, the 50, and the VWAP to see if it looks like price is rebounding back off of one of those moving averages. But it just feels really overextended to me right now, which is part of the reason I haven't taken any positions in the E-mini yet. But I'm definitely very excited to start trading it because the price action is so consistent and it has been in an uptrend for such a long time. I feel a bit more comfortable trading it for swings, and swing trading is something that I am working towards getting better at. I feel really nervous about holding positions overnight, but historically I have actually had much better luck with swing trading. My wins have been bigger overall. And so to me, that means since I want to become a full-time trader within the next year or two, I should probably start focusing more heavily on swing trading. And the futures market is really nice because I can set stop loss orders that will stay in the market overnight, whereas in the ETF world, I wasn't able to do that. So over the next few weeks, I'm going to give that a try. I hope this video was helpful in showing you all how I look for trade setups based on supply and demand. Once the market is open again Sunday evening, I'm going to try to record some price action trading, and hopefully that'll be a helpful video as well. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to leave a comment. I may or may not get to it very quickly. I'm not the best at responding very rapidly, but I do want to be as helpful as I can. So I'm also on Discord in the LPP chat group, usually in the futures or the ETF chat. So shoot me a message if you have a question. And I'm also I also wanted to give a shout out to Leo Q, who has connected a link to our videos on his Wix site page. So that's Leo Q Trading. Let me see if I can pull up that address for you, because Leo actually has quite a lot of information up on his website. And if you're new or even an experienced trader, I think it's always a good idea to take a look at how other people are structuring their trades and what their experiences are. So Leo's website is leoqtrading.wixsite.com/LeoQ. So take a look at that site, check it out. He's got some really amazing info on there. And I hope to see you guys back on the next video. Bye.